I'm at 618,000 total lifetime races. This week I will double this banned botter named Shadow. It was actually botted a little bit by Mighty. And in order to double him, when he was banned at 310,500 races or so, I have to reach almost 621,000 total lifetime races, which is about 3,000 to go from now. It's not exactly that, but you know what it is. You'll see it by the end of this video for sure. So let's start for today. That is 100 races into my session today on Friday. That's all the racing I'll be doing for the day. And I actually am still in 5th place for the season leaderboard with almost 2.6 million points. It's now Saturday, and now's the moment I should mention that I have something interesting planned. Let's just say it's going to take a while. Ahem. Foreshadowing. 300 races later, that's 618,400 total lifetime races, and, well, that's the end of the races I'll be doing on Saturday. Sunday will be the last day before that big timer I've shown you earlier will make sense. It's now Easter Sunday. I spent the whole day not playing Nitro Type, but now I'm ready to start playing, and fun fact, my total lifetime experience from my entire Nitro Type career is over 606 million right now. And if we go by version 2 level standards, I'm level 1,159. Though, if you know, you know. Anyway, let's start for this day. All right, 143 session races plus another 7 session race. That would be 150 races later. It's time for me to announce exactly what I'm about to do in the following minutes of this video. 1 day and 12 hours. That's a total of 36 hours, and that's exactly how long I will be playing Nitro Type for another session I'm doing very shortly. This is now the time I shall begin doing my 3,000 race session over the course of 36 hours. Now, my goal for this one is actually to get a 2,000 race day, which will be seen in my daily stats. All I have to do is go from 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. doing over 2,000 races in that time. That is extremely difficult because usually micro sleep in the morning after the, first day because I get really tired and it becomes impossible to do races. But this time I'm gonna have to rely on caffeine for once. So I guess we'll start now. Of course, I had the talking pasta text. You see how fast I typed? That accuracy? It's terrible. 384 races into the session, though, with just 1 day, 6 hours, 57 minutes, and 23 seconds to go. All right, this officially begins the 24 hours that really matters. This is where I'm going to try to get 2,000 races within the span of a 24-hour race log within the stats page. In the meantime, I've got 1 day, 55 minutes, and 55 seconds to go before the end of the session. Now that's 1,102 races into the session. I only have 22 hours, 53 minutes, and 36 seconds left to go before the end of the session. At this point, I'm 2 hours into the window where I have to do 2,000 races in the span of 24 hours. So let's do it. All right. I'm almost exactly 2,000 races into the session now with 12 hours to go. And well, I'm just behind schedule, but I did spend like 3 hours micro sleeping every once in a while. So don't worry, but this last segment should get me all the way to the 3K, which I'm looking for. Let's keep going. All right. There's less than 7 hours left now. I'm at 2,425 races into the session. And in order to actually reach 24 or 2,000 races in that 24-hour span, as shown on the race logs over in Nitro Type stats page, I have to reach 2,910 races in the session before 5 o'clock p.m. So I'm well on the way there, but I gotta really pick up the pace. All right. Well, you can see I have just under 3 hours left on the session with 2,796 races. I've got 2 hours to reach 2,910. And let's just say I will be able to pull that off. So let's keep going. That officially marks the final race of the session I was planning on doing for this segment of the video. You can see here, it's back to 1 day, 12 hours on the timer. Don't have to do that no more. I was planning on doing this at least once this season, I'll say that much right now. And I also mentioned I wanted to show you if I would make over 2,000 races on one of the daily race logs. Well, let's go to daily activity right here, shall we? Speed's way down, but as you can see here, I did 2,059 races within one race log. Success. Well, here's my leaderboard placement after that 3K session was completed. I'm not going to do another one this week, but I will do a little more racing. Just have a couple days left before the end of the video, though. It also turns out during that session, about 2,000 races in, I was able to double shadow, so that's fun. After that is Blue David, by the way. So this has now been updated after my 3K session, plus 100 races I've done on Wednesday. Next up, doubling this guy named Blue David, who is banned at 316,799 total lifetime races. In order to double him, I will have to reach 633,598 races, which means I'm 11,898 races away from doing just that. This is now after all the racing I've done on Thursday, 150 races, to be honest. Yeah, did the 3K session, so of course I'm going to take it easy for the next couple of days. Usually how things work, but after today, I will pick up the pace again. I'm currently at 621,850 total lifetime races. And of course, since I raced a bit less over these last couple of days, I have now been brought back down to 5th place. Not only that, but my 3K session seriously tanked my accuracy at 97.3% now. Went down by a whole 0.07%, which is actually quite a lot if you really consider it. I used to be higher than Randora, for reference. Anyway, that's all for today. And, all for this week, really. And for next week, we're going to start doubling this guy named Blue David.